This is a 2025 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport, and today we're going to drive this SUV. I borrowed it from Karl Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah. Be sure to ask for JD Larson. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys can see options and features on this build. Here's the description and the colors for this 4Runner. And this is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause. Base price comes in at $49,250, and then here are all the options. So you have the roof rail, crossbars, connected services, running boards for $675, mud guards front and rear, and then protection film door edge for $100. Destination comes in at $1,450 with a total price of $52,540, and then here are the Philly common numbers off to the side. The TRD Sport does have a lot of nice features. So premium headlights are going to come standard. It does have incandescent turn signals, active grille shutters for aerodynamics, adaptive cruise control, and those are your fog lights. Toyota loves their fake hood scoops, but it does add a nice touch to the front end of the 4Runner. And then here's a quick peek at this suspension. Double wishbone, coilover setup. You have a aluminum steer knuckle that's hollowed out. It's going to help for weight savings. Fabric material for the liner, and then here are the tires. These are the Yokohama Geolandar XCVs. Tire size is a 265/55/20. Extra load, and in case you care to see the capacity, 2,535 pounds per tire, 50 psi max. I like the fact that they paint these fender flares, mirror caps. You do have some turn signals, painted door handles, smart key system for the front doors only. And with those running boards, it does add a nice style. I like the wheel design, and the gloss black roof rails look great too. Now these mirrors do have blind spot monitoring on them. And then here's that TRD Sport badge. Let's go ahead and step up so you can see these a little bit better. If this was white, these would look great too. Now if you want to open the fuel door, the button is inside. And 19 gallons, regular fuel, fabric material out back for the liner, solid rear axle. And you guys saw the mud flaps too. Those were an add-on option. They do say 4Runner back here. LED tail lights. I like how they fix in the roof spoiler. They do provide a receiver hitch down below here. Parking sensors. Did we see parking sensors on the front end? We'll check. Backup cameras right there. And this glass does still go down. You can use these buttons to do so, to lock and unlock this as well. And check out the storage this thing has. This has a lot of storage. Pretty good. 60/40 bench. Now, can you get a third row seat with the Sport? The answer is no, cannot. Tie downs, LED lights there. And on this side, they do hide your tools behind some of these panelings. And then this is your 400 watt power plug and some of your storage for that third row seat. Defrost for that rear. And this does not have that electronic pull for this, so you have to slam it closed. And in case you care to see, there's your spare tire. 358 rear end. And then here's a nice side view. Although there's two engine options available for 4Runner, the TRD Sport only gets this one. This is going to be the 2.4 liter turbocharged Inline 4. It's going to have 278 horsepower, which comes on around 6,000 RPMs, and 317 pound-feet of torque, which comes on around 1,700. That's where this engine just kills that naturally aspirated V6. Now granted, the V6 was proven, we know that, we understand that, but it was a slug and no one can deny it. And when you live this high above elevation, This is really the better way to go. Now, I'm willing to bet you, if they were to bring back that 4-liter V6, I think the take rate would be higher for either this or the iForce Max, just because of the sheer performance you get out of this engine. It is going to be port and direct injection, and all that power that I mentioned does go through an 8-speed transmission. Let's go ahead and check out the interior really quickly. Here's the door. They do provide soft touch only right here, but the rest of this is going to be hard plastic. One thing I do like about this one is you do have auto up and down front and rear windows. I don't know why that's something manufacturers don't add more. It is what it is though. TRD badge right there. And really nice storage in the door. Bottle holders right there. Really easy to get in and out of. This kick plate here does sit pretty low. They do give you sport pedals as well. Also, tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Here's some of the controls on the side. On the dash, more hard plastic. But I do like the overall seat design. Great bolstering too. And you do have lumbar that is power, but the rest of it is going to be manually operated. And you can pump the seat up, which I like too. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. On this side, no lumbar support, but you can still adjust the seat up, which again, it's a game changer for people who are a little bit shorter. USB on the side is a Type-C. Open storage, glove box. Out back. Seat back pockets. And in the center, air vents, 2 Type-C USBs, another 400 watt max plug, home style. In the center, they do provide an armrest with bottle holder. And the seat does tumble like so. This is a heritage thing. Like, there's a lot of heritage that you see with the 4Runner. On that roof, they do provide a black liner, which looks great. You can still hang things up back there too if you like. LED interior lights. Let's go ahead and take this thing for a drive. One thing I think most people learn and grow to love about 4Runner is they don't make these complicated. They know what people want, and they don't go too far off the beaten path with this. That's why it still has part-time four-wheel drive. That's why it still has the glass that does slide out back. I'm not sure if you guys can see that back there, but yeah, that is something that I've always grown to love about this SUV. Like, there's a lot of things that are still here from 30 years ago. Now, as far as driving goes, this is not a big SUV, and it has a shorter wheelbase, so that's something else that they stay true to, is if you do plan on taking something like this off-road, it will have off-road manners that match what this is, which is basically a truck. It has a body on frame structure, and if you don't ever plan on going off-road, it rides as good as a unibody SUV like a Highlander. Brake feel, pretty good, pretty confident. The mirrors are pretty big. You can see around this very well. And out the front glass, your A-pillars are smaller. They don't give you a grab handle. And you know, I always wondered why they don't give you one. But now I can kind of tell, because if they did have a grab handle here, it would affect your visibility just a little bit out the glass. So on this side, it's kind of built into the pillar, so you kind of grab it, and there's not a handle there basically. Now these seats here with the headrest, it does block the view out the back glass. So I wouldn't mind having a 4K camera for the rearview mirror, personally. Now let's just see. This is warmed up. Good, not great. Handle's pretty good. These Yokohama tires, there's no body roll really for what this is. I would expect a little bit more, I would say. And even with the heavy winds, let's get on the highway and see how this performs. Yeah, the brake feel is perfect. These are, I believe, 4-piston brakes too, by the way. Now I will say, if I ever have a chance, I'll have to do a performance test comparing this with that 4-liter V6, because you have to do side by side. I think that's the only way you'll be able to really know just how much better this inline 4 engine is. And this is a 2.4-liter displacement, so it's a decent size 4-cylinder too. They do give you the 3 clicks for the turn signal too. 60, 70. There's good performance out of this engine. I think most people will find this adequate for sure. I do like the 12-inch screen you have right here. Has great information. And I like the black screen too because it's easier to read. You have an 8-inch screen on this side. You cannot upgrade this for the sport model either. Backup cameras on there too. On this 4Runner, it only has a single climate control, so no dual climate control for this one. It does have heated seats, heated steering wheel buttons down below right here. Wireless phone charger. It has multiple drive modes, so it has sport, normal, and eco mode. And it all shows up in the screen over here. And yeah, oh yeah, it has 4. It has tow haul mode too, so that's 4 drive modes actually. But overall, I think that most people will find this to be the perfect SUV to have. If you don't have a lot of kids, I mean, actually, if you do have a lot of kids, you still have an option to have a 3rd row seat too. But yeah, I think that this is one of the best SUVs. It has the heritage, and Toyota cares about this. That's why I think that as far as reliability goes, that's going to be important to them as well, because they waited a little bit longer to introduce this, because the powertrain that you see in this SUV has already been in the Toyota Tacomas, and they've pretty much ironed out most of the reliability issues with it. If you plan on putting this in your business name or towing a trailer, these numbers might be important to you. Gross axle weight ratings right there at 2,900 pounds. The rear is 3,755 pounds. All in gross vehicle weight ratings is going to be 6,395 pounds. And then here is the payload capacity at 895. Tire pressure, and for the payload you have to deduct 52 pounds for the accessories on this one. Hope you guys liked the video. They do have quite a few 4Runners here. I'm not sure which ones are available, so be sure to reach out to JD Larson. And yeah, this one is available, so if you would like a sport model in black, has a few options on it, reach out to him. His information is here. See you guys soon. Lastly, here are the towing capacity numbers for this model and gross combined weight rating.